I now welcome Logan Elliott for a very special introduction.
Hello everyone, my name is Logan Elliott, and today I'm here to announce a very remarkable young man for his retiring address. This young man is somebody who's driven, caring, very kind, honest, and full of integrity. He's somebody who I now look up to, and he's someone who my family, and especially myself, are very proud of. I could probably tell you a story or two about him and I getting into trouble or embarrassing things that he did when he was a child, but just this once, I think I'll spare him. And without further ado, I'd like to announce your 2019-2020 Kansas FFA President and our little Logie Bear, Logan Elliott.
I love movies with an incredible, heartwarming backstory. As I think back across the many movies that my family have watched together, one of my all-time favorites is Secondhand Lions. It follows the story of a young and very shy boy named Walter, who is sent to live with his two great uncles, Hub and Garth. These brothers have traveled the world and seen everything you could imagine and more. Throughout the film, we get sneak peeks of Hub and Garth when they were younger, going on crazy adventures and learning important lessons. It takes time, but eventually they warm up to Walter and begin passing down their many years of knowledge and experience, becoming huge role models and mentors for him. They had seen so much and had been in many sticky situations, but when times got hard, they had perseverance and the courage to push forward toward the future. Courage and perseverance are such an integral part of FFA and agriculture as a whole. We are often called to step outside of our comfort zones to experience personal growth. My own growth in agriculture started when I was 11 years old and my family purchased our first head of cattle. We were absolutely hooked and wanted to expand our operation. That was when we reconnected with two local farmers and old family friends, Frank and Oscar Lathrop. These brothers have been a part of agriculture for most of their lives and have seen anything and everything you can imagine. Oscar is 82 and Frank is 88. Their life experiences, livelihood, and incredible stories bring up a lot of similarities to those of Hub and Garth from Secondhand Lions. They've had a significant impact on my life through their passing on of knowledge and wisdom and helping us get our start in agriculture. They embody perfectly the ideas of courage and perseverance. What do we think of when we try to picture those ideas? Acts of valor and glory, going up against impossible odds and making it through anyway? These may very well be true examples of courage and perseverance, but might be more common to the big screen of a movie theater. Courage is showing strength in the face of fear, pain, or grief, and perseverance is being persistent in doing something, no matter how difficult. It's important that we explore the meaning of these terms because, if you think about it, by those definitions, each and every one of us is capable of showing courage and perseverance in normal, everyday life. Frank and Oscar were born and raised in southeast Kansas, and after the many years of life and experience that they've had, they've seen a thing or two. Frank was born in 1932, and Oscar in 1937, in the midst of the Great Depression. At a very young age, Frank contracted the measles, became very sick, and lost most of his hearing in both ears. Despite this, he applied himself to his studies and became a very skilled mechanic and technician. Oscar left home and everything he'd ever known so that he could attend college at Kansas State University and later join the Navy, where he served as an electronic technician and radar specialist. For many years, they ran an appliance store in Columbus, Kansas, while also running the family farm. There have been a few bumps along the way. Since the early 2000s, Frank broke his back from falling off the barn and severely injured his hand while splitting wood. Oscar was in a terrible car accident, and both have battled issues with their health. The Lathrops have seen the rise and fall of stock markets, multiple wars, and seen agriculture at its best and its worst. They know very well that in life there can be obstacles, but they are surpassable. There's an incredible aura surrounding the life story of the Lathrops. How did they go where they've gone and get where they are today? The obstacles that they've persevered through are a large part of it, because they could push through them together. When Oscar joined the military, he knew that Frank was supporting him. When Frank opened up the appliance store, he knew that Oscar would help him in any way that he could. They ran their farm through thick and thin and always came out ahead on the other side. Another factor is that they've both had the courage to take advantage of opportunities time and time again. When given the opportunity, a nearly deaf teenage boy named Frank took extra time to learn the ins and outs of machinery and technology, allowing him to later start a business that impacted hundreds in his community. When given the opportunity, a young man named Oscar left home and everything he'd ever known to join the military, where he broadened his horizons and advanced his knowledge of the world, furthering the reach of his impact. They had to face pain and fear and show courage to grow themselves as individuals and members of their community. Frank and Oscar have seen many times where opportunities disappear. The Lathrops present us with two key lessons. First, persevere with the help of those around us. The truth is, times have been tough, are tough, and will be tough again. We all have connections that we can call upon to help us get through these times. It may be a family member, mentor, or something greater that we can look to that brings us knowledge and wisdom to guide us in the right direction. Who are those connections in your life? Take time today to reach out to them. Thank them, talk to them, and keep that connection strong. We need to persevere through hard times, and we can do so together with the help of those who make us stronger. The second lesson from Frank and Oscar: do not take opportunities for granted. Because as we have seen during this time and in our history, they aren't guaranteed to always be there. Have you let an opportunity pass you by? A fact of life is that sometimes we miss out on opportunities, but maybe there's a door ready for you to walk through it. Does that door allow you to experience growth, to positively impact those around you? Tell someone about it. Jot it down on a sticky note or in a notebook. Today, have the initiative to identify the first step in taking advantage of your opportunity. When new opportunities come, we need to have the courage to take the reins and keep moving forward. Right now, we're living in a pandemic, and if these hours of discouragement have taught us anything, it's that we must have courage and persevere. Whether we're experiencing hard times or enjoying the fruits of our labor, it's courage and perseverance that will keep us moving onward and upward. When we get through this difficult time and life returns to a new normal, how will you better embody those qualities? As FFA members and members of our own communities, we each have a very important task. We need to have courage and persevere so that we can continue growing leaders, building communities, and strengthening agriculture, fulfilling the mission that we have all set out to do by being a part of this organization. Standing the test of time, Frank and Oscar, like many agriculturists, have learned the lessons that help keep them on track through all their hardships. Kansas FFA, we have to stay strong. Have courage and persevere.